kicking things off with the BFG Award. This is for the Overachiever of the Year. Like, essentially the game just kind of kept going and kept doing its thing, and you got the point, but it went above and beyond what was asked of it. And I'm going to try to speed things up, so I'm just going to go through the nominees that have received votes and then give a nod to the ones that didn't. And you guys can shout out if you absolutely want to talk through one of the other ones. But we kick things off with XCOM Enemy Within. I think, Ethan, you're okay with that selection. Mm-hmm. I'm going to spell that one differently every time. Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Hulk Comeback.
It's fun. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
No bias here. Ni no Kuni.
Yeah.
Has a subtitle that I don't remember. Blood Dragon. Have we talked about that game yet?
No.
Did we like Blood Dragon?
I don't remember.
I think we like Gunslinger.
Nice. Call of War is Gunslinger.
Yeah.
And Brothers. A Tale of Two Sons.
Brothers. Where art thou?
Did anybody play the other Brothers game?
Other games mentioned Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Shadow Warrior. Apparently Brothers was mentioned twice. Neverwinter. I kept trying to find a place for Neverwinter. Just didn't really happen. Steam World Dig. And Valda Story Abyssal City. Any of those feel like propping up, or can we move on?
Propping up or kicking off?
And anything else you guys want to add as far as an overachiever? Are we good to go?
I'm good.
All right. Yeah,
I'm good.
Gift
sucked the
Gift wants to know how the room smells right now. I have a scented candle.
Oh, thank you.
So
thank
it
you,
smells like fresh linen.
Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the Right.
That's where that's
White
coming from.
Witch.
I have a White Castle candle. It smells like onions and mustard.
Farts.
I can go ahead and eliminate one because I
Okay.
don't think it fits.
What's
And I'm
that?
going to say XCOM Enemy Within
Dun,
because
dun,
I would not qualify that as an overachiever as I think about it. It did what it had to do to get interest back into Enemy Within.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Okay.
to
Enemy
Unknown.
Unknown, yeah.
But I think Firaxis has. I mean, when you look at DLC and that guy, I mean, it's always pretty solid. You know, if you look at how Civilization 5 has been handled, it would be tough for me because some of these no one expected anything out of, or
Right.
they knew very little of them.
I wouldn't necessarily.
There was some hype, and it didn't. I mean, there was some hype there, but it XCOM Enemy Unknown did it last year, and that would have been like the BFG. But for me, Enemy Within, people wanted more, they got more, and it wasn't. It was great, and I think we have another category that we can talk more about it. But I think that there's better.
But
candidates.
I want to caution. I wouldn't say. It wouldn't necessarily. It doesn't hinge on it surprising you, but it's more of I wanted to throw off Grand Theft Auto 5, but seriously, the depth of that world, it's so unnecessary, but also awe-inspiring.
There is a conspiracy thing going on around Grand Theft Auto 5. There's some cave art kind of drawings up on the top of a tower.
Exactly.
People are freaking out trying to figure out. Trying to figure out what does it mean? Why is it there? There's some super secret thing. Jetpack.
There's just so much stuff in Grand Theft Auto that's not important to the story of it all that you could play that game for a day and not do story related.
In this competition, Gunslinger, it doesn't go over the top. It is just I want to nominate it because it's so tight and it's just this is supposed to be some shitty throwaway game, and
it shouldn't have been as good as it was.
But it's not as over the top as the others.
I can't think
I would
about
say in reference to Blood Dragon too. I think Blood Dragon worked in one way, but I don't think it did. It did just what it had to do, and it was great, and it was hype. But I didn't think it went out of its way to be.
Well, when I played Blood Dragon, I was just as excited as I was when I started it. It didn't blow me away. It met
It was
the
over the
expectations
top.
that I thought it was going to be over the top.
I can't think of a reason how Ni no Kuni went over the top. Great game, but
I kind of think it did.
in what way? Just it's super cute,
The animation
and adorable.
No.
just like the Studio Ghibli involvement.
The fact they made a video game,
it's
is great.
It's got this big
Out of
story.
these-
It gets a little dark in places. There's a
I
whole
would- I
damn
would-
Pokemon thing happening in Ni no Kuni.
I'm gonna
I was gonna say
Wasted
I would,
a lot
I
of
would cut
time
Lego.
catching them all.
I still think the amount of content in Lego Marvel Superheroes is ridiculous,
Yeah.
but it's also kind of it's above the bar that Lego has set, but still not extreme enough because
Okay.
I had no idea when I started playing that game with you guys, like, and I was Iron Man. I started flying up because I thought I was going to hit the ceiling to the area we were in. And I just kept going and going. And then I realized, no, this is an open world city, and there's the big giant hovercraft, like, shield base or whatever. So that was pretty over the top for me.
so Brothers
But I see when it's...
Brothers is on multiple facets as far as even just the art style and the world, and then the story itself, just like that, and everything.
And then the
about it.
gameplay, like the way you play the game,
Yeah.
and then the things that they do with it later on in the game. Like I heard there's a really cool moment around some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm actually edging towards Grand Theft Auto 5 for this.
My vote is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, but that's expected of a Grand Theft Auto game to be.
Yeah. How
You
did it?
got
to
a
just
free
add-
online component that they didn't have to do that. It was
They did
free.
not
They
have
could have
to-
charged
yeah.
you for something which I have not played the game, but what people are talking about is arguably one of the best aspects of the game. That is overachieving to the next level. I mean, that is something that
they're
most
overachieving
companies-
to the point that they're almost out of touch with. No, you don't need to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's almost like you've done enough. You can go home now, Grand Theft Auto 5, and they released that and they followed it up and they made sure it worked. And I mean,
that's
Yeah, but some people would argue that the online component should have been there on launch too, which is why it was free.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they had the online component with 4, wasn't awesome, but
I take away the online component. I still think this wins.
Yeah, even without the online. I mean, I think the online is above and beyond of what you
disappointed
expect
in you.
to do with Grand
Very
Theft Auto.
No,
disappointed.
I'm not saying it's great, interesting content that I want to go dive into and do. But I think it's just like this game would have been the same at
And they go over the
so
top
much less content.
in so
Yeah.
many different ways. Like there's a torture scene in the game. Like that's pretty over the top.
There are 3 main characters.
There are 2 more main characters than other other
And
games.
I found 4 so
There's a dog.
underwhelming.
There's a dog.
There's a
There's an
dog.
iPhone
You can, yeah,
integrated app.
you can play
and if we're not
fetch
talking
with the
about
dog.
just a surprise new IP that came out,
What is he talking
I think that you have to give it that credit.
Remember,
Which proves we're
sometimes
not
chat
hipsters,
skips
so there you
stuff.
go.
Giftor is arguing that because it's a AAA title, it shouldn't win. But
I think that gives it more cred. I
Yeah,
think it gives
AAA
it because
titles
no one
can go over the
expects
top,
anything
too.
out of
I'm just saying they could have probably cut the scope in half, and it would have. I don't know. It would have had a very similar impact.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
feel like Grand Theft Auto wins that.
All right. BFG Award winner, Grand Theft Auto 5, the other finalists, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. That's really tough to say. And Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons.
Good job, Grand Theft Auto 5.
You finally won something.
Yeah. Woo.
We did it.
Wow.
New leaf.
Good job.
take a shot.